And of all places, the Nashville Network. Who'd have thought that the Genesis would have been on the Nashville Network?
Yeah, well, it's where the car shows hail from.
Well, keeping the car theme, from what I read on the internet, of course, which you have 3 cars at least that were mentioned. One was a 63 Studebaker, a 63, which was the Hawk GT, a Thunderbird, and also a Lincoln Premier, which has a little resonance with the Futura styling that came the year before that. Would you like to tell us about why these 3 cars and how do they resonate with you?
Boy, I don't know, it's interesting. I do like Studebakers. I've always liked those because I just think they're so different. And I kind of like orphan cars anyway. But the GT Hawk is a stunning car, a Brooks Stevens design. It's very European. Most people, you look at it, they have no idea.
The outside.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
I just think that's
incredible.
Such
Lancia Aurora.
over-engineered and over-styled car. I've had, 59, 63, 64, 67.
What do you think about this color for the Datsun?
Yeah.
I've had a number of Thunder. I like those. And the Lincoln Premier, my goodness.
You know what would be
The
really kind of
56
cool?
Premier, which
I wonder how it
had
would look
won
if you
in
did it in color
1956
top
the
like
Automotive Design Award for 56. And it's just this.
Oh, you mean like the roof
massive
cream?
car that carries its size so elegantly. I just think it's stunning. And it was
It'll be interesting.
How do you go wrong?
If Volkswagen took over and made a Porsche, this is what it would look like.
Well, Volkswagen was making Porsche.
Somebody to keep them
Well,
running.
there you go.
I tell you, that's really a downsized a bit because you really just can't leave them sit. You know, they just, there's nothing worse for a car than to not be driven. And I was kind of getting into that situation. I had so many cars, and they just didn't get enough
See, if
exercise.
this is mine, under the 1600 Super Big, but super cute.
Let me tell you. So, you know, again, if I had painters, upholsterers, mechanics out there, most of them have been with
This is neat. Look at the engine and look at the motor in this thing.
Wow. Well, I was going to say, speaking of cars, I happened to notice with that same question that I wrote before I sold the car. One of mine that I had sold is that Triumph Italia on the end, that silver one.
very rare car.
This is the one that James Dean died in this model, I think. The Porsche Spider.
When we were a lot younger, these cars were relatively inexpensive. Some of them, some of them never were, but were inexpensive. But the prices have gone up and up and up, where it's become kind of more of a rich person.
There is nothing in this interior.
But the good news is, because of that,
Go fast pedal.
the single manufacturers, it's given them
So cool.
an opportunity to produce parts, reproduce parts that we would not have had for these vehicles.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah.
1952 Jaguar. Oh, nice.
You know, back in the day, you couldn't make a living building cars because everybody built their own cars. But nowadays, there's more money than there is skill out there. And
I
so
remember
there's a lot of people
I had a
who want
boyfriend
to own
that
these
drove one of
things
these, and he was so proud of it, and I made fun of it so much.
I'm sure you did.
Spawned an entire industry. McPherson College, the Wild Track.
Or the nut airport.
And there's guys and gals that are able to now make a living, creating, restoring, maintaining cars. It's grown an entire industry, which I think is
Sure, my love.
And also,
Have any preferences?
we all got into this. This is a passion, So the way you get people interested in this is to make it look like fun, and that's what my show does. It is. So that's how you bring people into this hobby. You do stuff like this. You do stuff like my show. Make it
Time for Q&A, but let me ask you this, which crossed my
McLaren
mind, I'm sure
MP4.
some other people are here. Of all the opportunities that you have and all the options, why did you come to our show?
Excuse me. How you doing?
sounds like a cool show. And then Bob Patrikas is pretty persuasive.
Excuse me.
Well, let me go ahead and speaking of Bob, let me bring Bob up here for a moment or so. Then I've got one or two last announcements to make before we let Dennis free for questions and answers.
Hey, Zeb.
Years together. I think that's a wonderful.
1967 Firebird Survivor.
That's right.
Original paint.
Right. So we're just so
Unrestored.
glad you're here.
Well, thanks, Bob. And thanks for wearing me down on this one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, well, I'm not done with you yet. Thanks, Dennis.
You bet.
Wow.
Thank you, Bob. Well, I'd like to thank Dennis for being here. We're going to take some Q&A, and before we do so, I do have an announcement.
So
if anyone
nice.
happens to have a Mercedes OBD2 reader for their Mercedes that's Mercedes compatible, please see Dennis. He could. We'd like to borrow it for a few moments.
Yeah, I lost my air conditioning on the trip here, so for a cool ride.
This concourse is also doing the ride and drive, which is located behind me next to the pavilion. And Mr. Bob Patrikas is going to do the introduction here. Bob?
This color blue I like.
Thanks, Bill. And Franklin, thank you so much
Oh,
for
my goodness.
coming here with a great team of the Ferrari experts and for your incredible generosity. I really, from the heart.
Oh, this one's actually
And
signed.
sponsored this entire concours. And over in the next table over there,
So beautiful.
the next tent, if you haven't seen it, there are a number of items that are in the silent auction, and they're affordable Ferrari products.
I'm sorry?
So take a look and bid often. And take a look at the new Ferraris. It's unusual to see a new Ferrari. You can't really go into a Ferrari showroom and look at new Ferraris. They're all used because there's such a demand for them. So there's a rare opportunity to see two brand new Ferrari Roma and an F8 Tributo, and it's just across the street. So help yourselves. And Franklin will be here in and around and over at the Ferrari tent. So if you want to chat and learn more about Ferrari products, please do. And Franklin,
So we
again, thank you
just
for your
ordered ours.
generosity.
Well, we ordered a kit.
Thanks, Bob. I mean, there's
But, yeah.
no other place we'd rather be.
This is also an actual Shelby CSX.
Has a lot of details to it that are indicative of both, the brand and the passion that we have.
So this is also a CSX
Where
VIN.
specifically in Washington or Washington area is the dealership if people want to come by?
Sure. So it's we're not too far from Dulles Airport. It's
Oh, this is the 289.
So we're off Tower Place. And,
Nice.
Even with COVID, we welcome people to come by and visit, and we'll start picking up our event schedule here pretty soon. So I hope to see a lot of you there in the future.
Excellent. Well, let me ask you about the Ferrari demographic. What type of people or individuals typically come by and buy
We got the
Ferraris?
Shelby Cobra,
Sure.
Type 65 Daytona
So,
Coupe.
It's an interesting question.
And over here is a GT40.
Ferrari as a brand has expanded. So a core demographic, of course, is car enthusiasts like every one of you out there. What we like to see is people who are going to enjoy and drive their cars, use them. Really, someone that's after a nice sports car, whether it be one of our Grand Tours like the Roma, or whether it be like as a mid-engine, basically homologated race car.
So beautiful.
In a sense, it's not impossible to own a Ferrari, but we have to order it.
What's the typical
goodness.
wait time, or is there a typical? I imagine it varies from model to model. Is there anything like
Oh, no, you're perfect.
estimated wait time?
Signed by Caroll Shelby.
A specific Ferrari model?
Ferrari ownership is that it's not just an automobile purchase. It's more experiential. Our clients have a huge passion.
Oh, wow,
for this.
interesting.
So as a dealership, in a non-COVID environment, we tend to do a little bit more events. We'll do like cars and coffee.
No, you're fine.
We'll do rallies to Middleburg and back. We will do events like that, unveilings and big shows when we can, and I hope to get back there as soon as possible because I love that stuff. In the case of some other benefits, Ferrari as a company does quite a bit of events. We just had Pebble Beach and that show, and you can get your own separate hospitality tickets to there. And then also sweet community and the Ferrari community being part
Oh my
of it.
goodness.
I think it is
It's an
pretty
actual
interesting
Shelby
to see
Cobra.
the relationships that are formed and forged.
Wow.
And, kind of the stories that people build. I mean, I've had guys do track days together. They have a program called Porsche Corona where you're essentially taught how to drive on certain tracks using Ferrari's cars. And guys will go together as groups and form everlasting friendships, and it's pretty cool.
Can you tell me anything about future Ferrari products? Do you know anything coming down the line that maybe people here don't know about?
So as the world changes, we're definitely going to go into the EV field. So we already have 2 models that have been released. Favorite cars?
Magnum PI.
Ferrari a few years
No.
ago came out with their touring.
This is an F40. Magnum had a, not one of those.
Change for them, and I absolutely welcome.
He had a 308.
You know, I think a lot of people think of Ferrari as only being capable of making hyper-fast sports cars. And I love how they can make a very fast touring car that is comfortable, drivable, and usable. The Roma is our hardtop coupe, and it's producing 610, 612 horsepower. It's a dream for everybody. And then the other car is an F8, and that car is basically our street legal kind of race car. I mean, and it's got a ton of power. It's a V8. It's turbocharged. So one of the last before we go into hybridized vehicles, but it's beautiful, and people seem to love that car.
Excellent. Let's see. I think that's the questions that I had. So should we open it up, see if anybody has any questions? Sure. All right. Folks, here's your opportunity. If you have any questions for Franklin Freeman and Ferrari of Washington, now's your opportunity to ask here while we're on stage. Anyone here have a question, or did we cover everything real well?
Ferrari Lusso.
Well, thank you very much, and most importantly, thank you for sponsoring the Virginia Festival of the Wheel. As you know, all our profits go to the
GT Berlina
Patient Care Fund for the cancer folks and stuff. So.
You're fine, thank you. That's a new Corvette, isn't it?
Probably.
There's an old Corvette. Yeah, that's the new Corvette.
I like the seats. Not the colors, but the style, of course. Sorry.
Which one? Oh, same style as that one, just different. You know, can't tell with the paint.
I didn't notice different. I've always loved this blue leather color.
Yeah, it's a pretty blue.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, that's...
It's amazing though how much different they are. I love that everything on the new Corvette is focused on the driver.
Alright, let's see.
All right.
This is super awesome.
Corvettes.
I love this. I love the colors. I love this.
Well, Corvette station wagon.
Oh my god.
It's an automatic though, and were you okay with that?
With this, I would do it. Yeah.
So cool.
It's really cool. This much space. I feel like we're at Pebble Beach. It smells like we're at Pebble Beach.
1951 Jaguar. Nice. Oh my God.
You can what?
Huh?
You can
Well,
leave
that's what I was
now?
wondering. Why it boxed out like that? But it looks like
What year is Mike Valentine?
Excuse me.
76.
You do like these old Triumphs. I love the TR3s.
Even though it's this color.
British Racing Green.
You know how I feel about that. Look at the clipboard.
Oh, it's got the, so you can do your lap times and stuff.
It's pretty cool.
This is. Oh yeah, wow! They got the stopwatches on the dash too. These are old race cars. A flathead. Oh, this is nice and tiny.
Yeah. Is this like Dad's? Is it smaller than Dad's?
What, my dad's?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dad's is the size of that one.
Okay. It's hard to, judge when you don't see them next to each other.
34 Ford Deluxe. 35 Ford 48. Oh, so cool. 22 Dodge Brothers.
And kill it on wings. You lean out like an aircraft engine. You always kill an aircraft engine and never turn off the ignition.
Excuse me?
Start the fuel pump and see how flaming. Right.
How you doing? 1910 Franklin.
Now I have this lovely period light switch here.
Turn on the headlights.
Which rarely works. So I have modern, which always works. That's awesome. And if you get down low and look directly into the light, you'll see how incredibly bright it really is.
That is really cool.
Wow, it is bright. Ain't this something?
Yeah. So I left here, they showed a movie down there, so I left here at 11 o'clock last night, under lights. Had to drive home under lights.
Ooh, cool. Let's go check out the engine.
Kinda, yeah. So the valves are.
Most of the engine's down below.
Yeah, Franklin didn't survive the depression, right?
No, they went out in 34.
34, yeah.
With a bang. They had a V12, air-cooled V12.
Yeah, I'm from Syracuse, and
they went out.
My older brother went to high school on the same land where...
You get at
My left, your right. We have a variety of merchandise for sale. Here they are waving their hands. What type of merchandise do we have here, folks? We have hats. All right.
1907 Cadillac.
Sure. I mean, the hat's only $20. That's it? Holy smokes. We got shirts. We got collared shirts. Oh, I like the blue. 3 years of this white, that'll hide my stains better. So, yeah, that's a bargain. And you have cotton shirts.
It's difficult to get a sense for how long this car is.
Thank you, guys.
With this camera, but...
And also, do you have the programs up here as well?
This thing looks like it's 20 feet long.
And
it's just a
if you
two-seater.
didn't get a program, the programs are up here at the merchandise tent as well. You get a free one if you buy something. You get a free one anyway. What a deal. So we have that going on. And next to them, we have the silent auction. And let me just spend a minute real quick with the silent auction. Up here, we have a Ferrari polo shirt. We have a Scuderia Ferrari folding umbrella, a thermal mug, a Ferrari keychain, a Ferrari backpack, and a book about the Ferrari Roma as well. We have a Pista chronograph watch for the Ferrari logo on it as well. We have tickets for the Michelin GT Challenge here.
Excuse me, sorry.
We have 24 episodes of Chasing Classic Cars on DVD starring Wayne Carini. Yeah, watch him on the lawn, Pavilion 7. It said you want to live on the UVA lawn. I think it did that in the 70s. But this is actually inside, right?
Accurate.
It's inside. We have that, tickets for that. We have a vintage print, vintage tin by acclaimed artist Lou Mesa of Madison. Let's see, a beautiful gold Jules Jorgensen watch suitable for men or women from a well-known anonymous donor. Would make a great anniversary present. Hint, hint. We have a gift from Bob's Wheel Alignment towards the wheel alignment itself, and we have a red toy truck.
The size of these cars, though.
I know.
Sculpture.
And it's like a two-seater. It's like giant.
So, and you can throw a Christmas tree in it yourself and pretend you're watching a Hallmark movie. And we also have 2 luxury mats for your car. So please come on up to the silent auction tent, which I'm vacating currently, and place your bids. The silent auction will be ending at 2 o'clock today. So you've got time to put your bids in. Remember, all the proceeds go to the UVA Cancer Center Patient Care Fund. So thank you.
Did you see this? There's a windshield for the...
Actually works for Alton Lane. So let's hear a little bit about
So it could be like choke and then the Magneto Advance or whatever.
Like down here is actually really dark green, almost black, and then black, and then with the mint green stripes.
Yeah.
And any body. We have over 40,000 fabrics to choose from. If you want diamonds blasted into your suit, we can do diamonds blasted into your suit.
Whoa, Elvis is back.
Yeah, so we have a location downtown Charlottesville. Our owner, Peyton Jenkins, opened the first Alton Lane up in New York City, but he was a UVA grad, so Charlottesville is very close to his heart. I would love to help anyone out, and if you're in the market for a suit, a blazer, or a nice shirt, just come check us out. Love to meet you.
I understand you can literally customize from...
If you're just like, give me a call and say, hey, I want a gray suit or I want a neon pink suit, I can whip it up for you.
Wow. What type of fabrics do you folks use, or what are common? What do you usually use?
That's a great question. So a lot of our suits are 100% wool, but we also do merino wool, we do linen blends, we have all kinds of fabrics.
Wow. Well, let me ask you about this.
They got the doors open on it now and the engine. Wow. How crazy is that?
Hello, folks. Quick announcement here. The folks